Yo, what is up guys? It is xFayze here. I will be reacting to Ren's Animal Flow. This is a recent release. I didn't get to it on time, but we're here now. I heard this is a reference. You know, he's always had those animal masks in a lot of his music videos. I heard this one has to do with Animal Farm as well. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Animal Flow. You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows. Whenever.
What is that? Oh, those are the rules that in Animal Farm they had to abide by, right? Whatever goes on two legs is an enemy. So okay, we'll see how he actually explores that, or if it's just a writing in the wall. I don't want to get too much into it. Let's see.
Whenever I pick up the mic and begin, whenever these words that I write with my pen come alive, they ignite like I pulled out the pin. Animal flow, out in the jungle, I'm ready for war. I'm beating your brains with a bat, and I'm swinging it back, and it's spooky, I bite 'cause I'm bored. Lord of the cannibals.
Okay, I like the bedding there in the book. So this is the thing, right? I read Animal Farm, but it's been so long at this point, and I've never like had a refresher read or a summary read, so I forget a lot of the details. But I think in the book they started being friends with humans again, and they started betting, and I think that like table where they're betting or playing poker or whatever references that.
A murderous mind that you can't ignore. I wait and react with combat on the counter attack on the king of the jungle. I roar.
Cannibal King. This feels like a bad trip. That's exactly what this feels like. It feels like chaos. Maybe that's what he's portraying too, right? Because the whole point is trying to rebuild a society that has structure versus the chaos. And this video has a lot of chaos in it, so maybe that's all related.
Animal flow, I'm the flow CEO. I've got mountains of murderous rhymes. Mountain volcanic, I blow and cause mayhem and panic. There's nowhere to run from my mind. I'm an impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will
see that. This is what I mean. You know, he's not just like rapping fast. He's structuring his rap. So whenever he rhymes at the end, he's like line, rhyme, dine, cry. Like every time he does that, he extends his flow a bit and slows down his cadence to accentuate the rhyme. But I really like the structure that he went with here, which is O-O-O-O-I, O-O-O-O-I, O-O-O-O-I. So he had the inner rhymes, multiple O rhymes, and then the I at the end. So let me just play one more time.
Impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will dig in my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it like wine. Animal flow, out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing.
Animal throne, sit on the throne like a king. You can think of the lion, right? A lion is the king of the jungle. So I think all that he put there intentionally.
I'm a terrible thing. Animal skins over my shoulders like bling. They will be clothing my sins. I came to win over and over again. I'll take your life with a grin. Animal.
This is so weird. This is so weird.
Animal. Animal. Mary had the little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. It made the blood look so much redder when I slit its throat. Watch it drip, drop, till the ground was soaked. Oh Mary, God. Mary, quite contrary how the blood it flows. Horrific, explicit, I feel.
1 second. Was that the mask? Was it a dog? It was a dog leading the sheep. So this is obviously symbolism, right? It's like it's symbolism on the condition of humanity, how we work, where I think Ren's specified this a few times actually in his other songs that I've reacted to, where he's like, hey, look, this whole system with the two-party system, all that stuff, it's just a dog leading the sheep, right? No one's actually thinking for themselves on every single thing. No one's going out of their way to help society progress as a whole in terms of its system. We've all kind of just accepted, me included, that it's like a capitalism based way of living, and that consumerism is a thing. and we've just accepted that, right? We are okay with that. But a lot of the times, especially throughout media, they'll what media will do is divert your attention to things that don't really matter and just lead you like sheep, so that they can keep controlling you. That goes with like your some jobs as well, depending on who your employer is. There's a lot to dig through with that. That I'm pulling just from this visual. So I don't know if it goes that deep, but that's those are the thoughts that come up to my head when I see this. And also the visual
much
was
redder when I slit its throat.
ugly.
Watch it drip, drop, till the ground was soaked. Oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how the blood it flows. Horrific, explicit, I be parasitic, acidic, I'm eating your flesh. Don't fidget, I'm livid, not mentally with it. I get kinda sick when I'm stressed. I am the I am the storm, I am the fury, I am the scorn, I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal, yes, I'm an animal, yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational, yes, sometimes.
Okay, so I like what he's finally brought it to somewhere where at least I can dissect on my first listen. I think a lot of his references at the start had to do with the book, and I don't remember all the details from that. But here he's saying, look, we separate ourselves from animals, but because we're on two legs and, we're at the top of the food chain, but we still act like animals in terms of there's most of the things that you do, you're not actively thinking about it before you do it. You just kind of go through the motions and you do it, right? When you get upset, you don't really think of a lot of different things. That's just your instant emotional response, and you blurt that out, right? So at the end of the day, we have that DNA, that way of behaving that is very animalistic in nature, where there's not a lot of higher level thinking, even though we believe like we're so much above animals. We're actually part of that too. I think he's saying we can clearly conclude this by the way that a lot of people act and how the world is being run, right? Where you see emotional responses turn these little arguments into something huge, which I've actually talked about in my last reaction to REN, which was to crucify your culture. By the way, if you guys want to watch all my other REN reactions and see my journey through discovering him in order, I have a playlist that's going to pop out right here at the end of the video, and you can watch those as well. But I think at least 2 minutes into it, now I see a bit of what he's talking about.
Yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational. Yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical. Yes, I will be waging war on the capital. Yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, because hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Wow, burn and pillage it all to the ground. Your illegitimate king lost his crown. Animal flow, shown.
Illegitimate king lost his crown. So is he referring to like UK and the whole monarchy that's going on in the UK? Like, it's been going on forever, but I'm just saying, like, is he referring to that king? I'm not sure.
Flow, show no mercy under my rule. I won't be kind, I will be cruel. Down on my foes in a paddling pool. Yes, I'm tyrannical, bro, so never mistake a man for a fool. I'll take your ignorance right back to school and teach you a lesson for testing my cool. Animal.
Animal. All right, what are my thoughts at the end of that? That was... So, I'll say this disclaimer before I say what my thoughts are, because I feel like this is a type of song that I need to listen to and watch multiple times to understand everything. So, if you guys want to go in the comments and tell me everything I missed, I really love when you guys do that and have a conversation. Please do so. But from my initial first reaction here, I think I preferred, when we got like a minute 50 into it, because I finally saw where he was going with it. Whereas the start, he had a lot of like clever lines and very nice flows that I liked audibly, but a lot of it had to do with him, referring to his own rapping, his flow and all that stuff, and kind of tying into Animal Farm with references that I wasn't personally, aware of, or that I couldn't like string together on my first listen. But when we got to the end where he's talking about, you know, he has animalistic behavior. He talked about burning the capital, all that stuff, the king. Then we started cooking. And I was like, okay, like I see the way that he's connecting all his different songs together, because from Money Game Part 1, Part 2, and Crucify Your Culture, I jump into this one, and even, what was it? Was it Sick Boy? No, it wasn't Sick Boy. It was The Hunger. And The Hunger, like a lot of his music videos, he has those animal masks, right? So I think the fact that he's doing all these together in different songs, I think that his whole catalog is meant to be consumed together, where maybe he's not giving all his full ideas and details in this specific song, but throughout the next songs that we'll hear and previous songs, we can string together a cohesive, like, long form idea of what Ren is talking about and how Ren thinks of the world from his lens.